Spring is here, and now it's time to start doing the splits. Well, sort of. You don't want to miss my big tip today and how to implement it coming right up. Okay, like I say, today is the first day of spring technically. It was a beautiful sunny day. However, this is still early. Woke up this morning, 28, 29 degrees. Wind blowing today, close to around 20 miles an hour. It was a chilly, chilly day. But I know a lot of you want to get out there and do some splits. If your hives are anything like mine, they are busting at the seams about now. So you want to get out there and do an early split. For me, this is still too early. I know some of you, I've heard people say they have queen cells already. I do not, at least this past weekend I didn't. If you do, you need to be making those splits. But just as I finished saying, last night was cold. Tonight it's going to be in the mid-20s again. How do you do splits this early in the season if you absolutely have to do it? I'm going to tell you how. You have your hive here. Okay, let's take the top and the inner cover off. What you're going to do is you're going to get your box for your split. You're going to do your regular split. Grab a couple frames. As you can see, these frames are loaded with brood. Okay, let's pretend they are. Okay, they are loaded with brood. They got nurse bees on them. There's probably a queen cell in there as well. Don't forget to backfill that hive with any frames you take out. Okay, now you have this new hive, your split, your walkaway split in this case. Maybe it has queen cell, maybe it doesn't. How do you keep this warm when it's 25 degrees at night? There's not enough bees in here to survive or to keep that brood warm. Now you got chilled brood. They're gone. You've just wasted this entire split. Here's what you do. This is what we call a Snell Grove board or a double screen board. Now what this has, it's really hard to see on the camera, but there's a screen stapled on this side of the frame and another one stapled on this side of the frame. And they're separated, I will call that 1/8 of an inch between the two. Each side has openings for bees to get out if you need to use those, and we will use those. I don't happen to have one for this model. And by the way, the reason I'm using a model because it's just too darn cold outside to actually show you this. So you would set this on top of there. And on the upper side, well, the entrance is on that side for there. So on the back side, you'd spin this around. You'd open up the opening up top for the back side. Set that on there. Okay. We're going to pretend this queen excluder here is a Snell Grove board, okay? I just showed you what that was. You put that there, opening in the back here, opposite from your other opening. Now you put your split on top. What you're doing here in essence is you have a lot of bees in this bottom box. Obviously you're doing a split. There is a lot of bees down here in this box. There's a lot of heat coming up through there. So you're using that heat to keep this new split warm. That's very important this time of year to keep this warm. I've got a frame feeder in here. You could put another box with a top feeder on here, but make sure you feed those bees. I'm not getting into the how to do the splits. You know how to do that, or you can find a video, maybe one of my other videos, maybe, on how to do split. I've got some good ones out there. We'll have more this year. And that's really essentially all you have to do. Monitor them, of course, to see when they come out. Because sooner or later, this is going to have to be put on its own stand somewhere else. That's got to be moved somewhere else. Unless you have some other configuration in mind, which there are a few, but it's really, really cold. This is the key to keep your new split alive. This is what I do if I have to do an early split. And that's all I have for today. Common Sense Beekeeping with Southwest Ohio Bees. You have a fantastic day.